Here's a quick example of how something as common and disgusting as a mouse invasion can shift elements of sort of our perspectives on life. So initially, when I had some furry friends set up camp in my home, I had a very normal human reaction, that of like disgust and panic. Like, what do I do? Do I poison the bastards? Do I get a cat? Do I move out? And day by day, that problem like gets worse as like you see more droppings, hear more noises, scurrying under the bed. It's awful. In sleep. Anyway, after a couple of days of freaking out, I shifted my perspective. Like, okay, well, if I'm the creator of my reality, why did I essentially create or manifest mice coming into my life? What are they here to, like, are they a messenger in some way? I love looking at life like this because it gives you a sense of empowerment, rather than if you just think, oh, this bad thing happened to me, I've got no control over my circumstances, and go into that victim mode, you're in a place of powerlessness. So the first thing anyone usually does, I guess, when you have a mouse invasion is you've got to get rid of every single stray crumb. And in doing this, these mice taught me how to be clean. And it's always been one of my flaws to never be consistently clean. I've always considered like cleaning as like this huge chore, like do it all in one go. And then like 2 hours later, it's super annoying because everything's messy again. And during this mice episode, I was so like obsessed with making sure that everything was clean that this habit became automatic and ingrained in me. Like, you know, when we learn how to drive a car, first it's difficult, but then a few years down the line, you can drive 2 hours and you can't even remember doing it. Cleaning also almost became like this with me, and it's no longer a chore. I loved it because, yeah, I'm in a lovely, clean, decluttered place, but like my body seems to be like doing it, you know, all the time on its own. I don't even have to instruct it. And because I no longer see it as a choice or as a beneficial thing. The main aim is like to not attract rodents, but also how much of a benefit is it for me and people who share my space now that's always consistently clean. So thank you, mice, for completely shifting my mindset over cleaning. And it needed to take something like that to do it. And so secondly, they guided me towards every item that shouldn't have been in my place anymore. So like one example is I had been lugging around this tatty old sofa for years. It's been through like all the different boroughs of London, seen my son's early years, or like the mess that makes, super ancient crumbs down it that no one can reach. So of course this had to go, but I'd always put it on the bottom of my list because it's just such a hassle to get rid of it. It doesn't fit in the lift, doesn't fit down the stairs, it's too long. I'd have to like lob it down the off the balcony with a rope, and I put the feelers out for someone to help me with it, but no one wanted to join me in such a shit task. And I find that whenever like the universe, which is like me essentially, doesn't give me the help I want, it's because there's another better solution. So I went to the DIY store, bought a saw, chopped the sofa up, and nothing has been like more therapeutic than chopping this old sofa up, because it was so symbolic of all those past selves that are no longer me. It absorbed all that sort of energy, and you know, if we think about dust is a manifestation of the past, and if we let it build up, we can be hemmed in by our own past and like and very stagnant and stuck. Whereas if we sweep it away, we can move forward with ease. And that's why, you know, and if our external environment is a mirror of our internal environment, we've got to be able to let go all of those past versions of ourselves that no longer serve us. So nothing got me moving this sofa faster than these mice. And on reflection, how important that was, because the whole vibe and energy in my place shifted, transformed. It feels like way more of my own now, and cleansed, detoxed, And that's why I guess I drew mice into my life. And what a beautiful way to look at something that we like term as pests. They just go where the garbage is, don't they? And if we remove the garbage away, they go up, elsewhere. I did put some, like, not traps, but like bait stations. No, I didn't do it. Someone else did it. But that was more of a deterrent, if you will. I was like, okay, I've learnt my lesson. Thank you, mice. Now be on your way. I don't want to share this space with you. And interestingly, the bait wasn't touched at all, and they left. And it's super easy if we can think. We could easily go into a war mode with these mice, like, they're so annoying, get them out. But look what happens when we react from a place of love and gratitude. I learnt the lesson, I did what I needed to do, and then they went on their way, off to find some other person's garbage. And hopefully, isn't it way more beneficial that if wherever they go to next, if that person could see it in this way and get rid of their garbage, it is like a cleanse for the soul. If they did that, then it'd be so cool. What a far more like harmonious world when we're grateful for the so-called negative things in life. So yeah, thanks, mice.